Zora, you should have sound. I don't know if he's American. A lot of people are American here, you don't notice, because they're Chinese Americans. I'm using a regular scope right now. My vacation? No, I live here. This is my home. I've lived here about 7 years. I am a resident. My kids go to school here. We have friends here. We go do community things. This is where we live. Hey, welcome to whatever. Man with One Red Shoe, a classic movie filmed in my old neighborhood in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. You know, there was actually a French movie, The Man with One Red Shoe, that was remade as The Man with One Red Shoe in America with Tom Hanks. This used to be a cricket pitch and parade ground for the British military. I'm scoping with an iPhone 7. Yeah, I don't know, it was only you that had a sound problem for some reason. Now it's just a park. Georgetown is a neighborhood in Washington, D.C. It's also a Jesuit university in Washington, D.C., one of the oldest universities in the United States, actually. No gimbal, just my arm. I don't have a gimbal. That's just from hours of practice, I guess. Are there any street shots that bother you? No. Hong Kong doesn't really have that problem. I don't know about me, maybe Zora can talk more to it, but I've never been like wolf whistled on the street, you know. I didn't bring my 360 camera. I usually use my other phone, my iPhone 6. Just pull out the other phone for the YouTube. I'm making a video blog today, not really much going on today. I am getting, the clouds, the fog just disappeared, Zora. In like the last 20 minutes, the fog just disappeared. I'll be getting wonton noodles with beef and either some water or a Coke Light. I don't know what I'll get today. Is the tower like the World Trade Center in New York? It's taller than the World Trade Center, I think. Where do we meet tomorrow? I'm not sure. We'll have to pick a place by WhatsApp. Figure somewhere. Maybe near the markets. Seems peaceful. Something you wouldn't notice. This is the old Bank of China building over here on the left. The new Bank of China is that monstrous thing over behind me. During the Cultural Revolution, they used to hang banners and have speakers out of this building yelling at everyone for being a capitalist running dog tool of the imperialists and not following the wisdom of Chairman Mao. So there are photographs of this building with all sorts of red banners hanging out and stuff. This is the Legco and the old Court of Final Appeals. Oh, there's an old tram. That's one of the. That tram there is one of the oldest trams in the fleet. They keep a couple trams in their 1950s style design. These are the more modern 1970s or 80s trams. But they have a new version that just came back into service. It has air conditioning. Let's go over here. While we're still on the subject of things you wouldn't notice, let's make sure we don't get killed by a tram. We didn't. Coca-Cola man blocking the road. There's a guy who wants to get rid of him. Show us the money. You know, I only have about 60 Hong Kong, which is about $10 US. I can pull it out of my pocket. I actually need money. So this is the lion that guards HSBC Bank. You can see the shrapnel holes. These holes were put by Japanese artillery when the Japanese were bombing Hong Kong in World War II. They took that as war prize. They took these as war booty and took them back to Tokyo. But U.S. troops, when they occupied Tokyo, they found them and they returned the lions back to the British in Hong Kong. I've got some 20s. I've got a 10. The 20s are issued by the bank, and the 10 is actually issued by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. This one wasn't as damaged, but it still has some bomb blast damage. Not as much as the other one. Yeah, there's some nicks and scrapes from the shrapnel. Monopoly, but it's worth a lot. Gross domestic product of Hong Kong per capita is higher than that of Germany. Why the difference between what? The money or the lions? Oh, well, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority issues the coinage. So they issue the coins, the $1 Hong Kong dollar coin. They also issue a 10 Hong Kong note. The banks, on the other hand, issue banknotes for 20s, 50s, 100s, 500s, and 1000s. The money is, I think, actually printed overseas. They don't accept US dollars, but the US dollar is a fixed exchange rate to the Hong Kong dollar. So it's been that way for about 40 years. Technically, a banknote is something that you can take to a bank and exchange for actual Hong Kong dollars, which is coins. Now, why do they issue $10 $10 notes or $10 bank dollars? Because it costs a lot less money to make a paper dollar than it does coin. And this is real obscura economics here, okay? When the government or the Fed prints a dollar bill, the difference between the cost of minting that and the value of the actual coin is called, I believe, synergy, a different spelling, and that is actually can be banked as revenue. So governments prefer paper dollars or even digital dollars over coins because coins are expensive to make. In fact, I think the penny almost costs as much as a penny. So if they can print money, they can book more money. I'm not on 360 at the moment, no. It's a bit complicated. It's some real high-end government economics that I have to admit I don't fully understand. Hong Kong participates as Hong Kong. We used to actually have some gold medal sailing teams here in Hong Kong, some silver and gold, some good sailing. But then about 15 years ago, they said only Hong Kong citizens can participate, not Hong Kong residents. And most of the best sailors here in Hong Kong were British. So they lost that. Yeah, it's it's like one of those Wikipedia articles that'll make your head spin. But if you look up like the production of money and the synergy that's created by money and who gets to bank that revenue, is it banked by the books? Because, at one point, the paper is just worth the value of the paper and the ink that's on it. And then at another point, magically, it becomes worth $1. So who goes and, gets that value? I used to work on Capitol Hill, and I used to have to do a lot of federal budget things. And let me tell you, that is the least complicated thing involved in budgeting, man. Oh, man, some of the stuff they do. Good question. What kind of English? I would call it Hong Kong English. And what it is a mix. The vernacular is mostly British English. So they say lift, they say lorry, they say hospital instead of the hospital. They say football instead of soccer, etc. But the accent is much more diverse. The accent is English, American, Canadian, Australian, New Zealand, Indian. Hong Kong English is like a conglomeration of Commonwealth English accents. So a Brit will identify a Hong Konger as not speaking British English, but to an American it will sound like British English. And to a Canadian, it'll sound South African. So, like my American friends who meet my kids, they say, your kids really sound British. To my British friends, they're like, oh, your kids sound Australian. Or New Zealand, because they're I think they both had New Zealand teachers in grade 1 or something like that. Lunchtime is what time? 11:17 a.m. on a Monday morning. So it's not very crowded. Being a lawyer sucks. Being a lawyer sucks, except for the fact that there are a lot of people who are very impressed by the fact you're a lawyer. So, like, No, I'm not going to do fish and chips today. I had fish and chips on Saturday, and he's closed today. It's Monday. So I had Rice Krispies for breakfast, and it means I'm going to have a lighter lunch. I seriously thought about McDonald's Gourmet today, but no. I ate a ton of potato chips yesterday. I didn't eat much yesterday. So I ended the night, and I still had like 800 calories. So I was just like, screw it, I'm going to have some chips, yeah? But then when you eat potato chips, it's really salty. You drink a lot of water. The salt holds more water, and you end up gaining like water weight. So when I stepped on the scale this morning, despite not eating that much, I actually weighed more than I did yesterday. Now that'll flush itself out in the next 36 hours or so as I drink more water. See you, Zora. Are you going away? I do maintain my walking, but I also watch what I eat. I don't watch what I eat to the extent that Zora does, who is extremely healthy, but I do watch the quantity and occasionally the quality. Yeah, being a lawyer is like being a glorified copy editor. You just get paid a lot more for it. Come to the dark side. So if you just joined me, I'm Penguin 6. You're here in Hong Kong, and we are heading to the noodle shop, which is just up 2 blocks and down 1. So we're almost there. A Hong Kong dollar is worth 7.75 Hong Kong dollars equals 1 US dollar. You're like, oh wow, that's great. Well, great. You know, you get here and a can of Coca-Cola costs $7.75. So Big Mac, fries, and the Coke will run me about 50 Hong Kong, which is the same as about 6 or 7 US. Now, some things are considerably more expensive. For example, a gallon of milk. A gallon of milk will cost me about 14 US dollars. So when I need a gallon of milk, I pay 14 US dollars. They are very materialistic. Would I rather eat local foods? I eat food from the US. I eat predominantly imported food. We don't trust the agriculture system in mainland China, and there is no agriculture here in Hong Kong to speak of. I spend a gallon of gasoline for my car is 8 US dollars. A cheeseburger royale. So I don't know. It's actually a little bit cheaper. No Wendy's, there is Burger King. Why is that? The soil in China is very polluted. The pesticide use is triple that of the United States. The food safety regimen is just non-existent. So we just don't trust Chinese agriculture. No, you're here on Queens Road Central, making your way past the fake Lego woman who sells fake Legos. Space Wars. Pokemon. No, there are not a lot of transgender people. They're very conservative here, culturally very conservative, which is strange when you realize that there's 1.3 billion Chinese. So obviously they know what to do, but socially they're pretty conservative. Why do you need a car here? It's actually pretty big when you have like 2 kids going to soccer matches at different ends of the city at the same time. I don't drive on a day-to-day basis, but on the weekends I drive. No child, you can have as many kids as you can afford, except it's very expensive. And that is one of the few guns you'll see in Hong Kong, because guns are outlawed, except for poorly dressed security guards. My rent is about $8,000 US a month for a 1,000 square foot apartment. He was a bank, yeah, it was a armored car guy. There are several hockey rinks here. My rent is expensive. Well, we also have more cops on the streets and tougher laws, private security. We have a sense of shame that still exists if your family is engaged in criminal. Police have guns, yes. Criminal activity, it brings dishonor to your family. We have families that police themselves. We have emphasis on education. We have a good economy, more jobs, and we have no guns. The result is we had 28 murders last year for 7.3 million people. That would mean Chicago could have 8 murders a year. If Chicago could pull that off, you'd have the same murder rate as Hong Kong. Wonton noodles, yeah. Just down here on the left, but there's a line at the door. I don't know what's going on. There better not be a line. I'll be pissed off if I have to wait. Must be like a bunch of tourists show up. No, there's no line. She's just confused. Hi. 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 Excuse me.
Wonton beef.
Beef wonton, yeah, yellow noodle, Coke Light. Okay. Yeah, noodles are good. Yeah, it's crowded. Right. I don't know where he's at. No, it's not weird. Use him a text. No, I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, random. I'm guy. Go ahead, big less. I don't like green tea. Yeah, it's very common. No, I don't think so. No, I don't. I want the Coke Light today. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's one. I can't really. Feels so weird. Oh, why is that, Princess? Yeah, you gotta come over and visit. Zero. It's coming. Coming now. Okay. Usually it comes with the soda. They're a little slow today. Noodles are still cooking. Yeah, they do. Somebody told me they don't like me slurping. On my scope, I was like, tough. Beef tendon. Not here. MSG is not used. No, you can drink it, but it's too salty. It's too hot today. This is called wonton noodles. These are shrimp wontons with beef and wonton noodles. W-O-N-T-O-N. Go to any Chinese grocery and you can find these. You want to try it? Okay. Wonton noodles. Pretty much any place will have it. Germantown, Indiana. I think so. I know where Terrible Hode is. I went to school at Notre Dame. You want to take a cheap vacation here? Look at Airbnb. Do you like anything else here? No, I just eat the noodles because that's pretty much all they have. They don't have MSG. Want to see the wontons? Yeah, let's break open one. Shrimp wontons. It's hot. Your ancestors from Alaska or from Hong Kong? This is $5. With the soda. Can't handle this any longer. Gonna go eat something, yeah? Under a lake. It is pretty filling. It's very hot today too. Yeah, we get the NCAAs. Cornbread. Do I have chopsticks? Some things I use chopsticks for. Not when I'm eating a steak, though. They're from Hong Kong. Oh, they probably know how to make this. Go ask them for wonton noodles. I'm sure they have some. This is called wonton yen, wonton noodles. Yeah, the U.S. groceries have this. It's steaming. It just came right out of the pot. That's the beef. Victory. And we're done. Quick in and out. Wham bam.
整到心情化，但係我哋呢邊鬼開心㗎嘛，我哋呢邊開心啲人咪咁咪覺得佢哋嗰邊唔好，你哋呢度好咯，又冇肯俾啊！啊，點解我哋咁樣咧？
And they're done. Woohoo! These people don't make the noodles. They sell the noodles just up the street. You want to go see where they sell the noodles? No, I don't tip. They speak Cantonese, but more and more of them understand Mandarin. My kids are learning Mandarin. Tomorrow we're going to be here with Zora the Explorer, and we're going to go in the market looking for fruits and vegetables with my molecular sensor. We're going to scan all the food. Let's go see if we can find some noodles. I wonder if I could ship noodles to the US to you guys. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm wearing a hoodie today, and it's definitely too hot to be wearing a hoodie. So I'll be here tomorrow with Zora the Explorer. We're going to scan some of these fruits and veggies with my pocket molecular sensor and assess how yummy they really are. They speak Mandarin, yeah, well, most of them use. This is a market. I'm going to head up into the wet market, yeah? Wet market is where they process the meat. It's pretty gruesome up there. But we're going to go up here and we'll see if we can find some noodles. Here in Hong Kong with me in the central markets where I usually go after I eat noodles. Tell them they're in America. Speak Spanish. That'll confuse them. Well, I know a lot of them don't want to speak Mandarin. They want to speak English. They want to learn English. Those are avocados. There are a lot of weird stuff in here. I don't know what these are. They're pretty ugly looking. These are cherry tomatoes. These are gingers. These are huge gingers, the size of my hand, my foot. Just like markets in pretty much any place in the world. Here's eggs. Thai eggs, U.S. eggs. Never buy American eggs at room temperature. American eggs at room temperature, so scary. Are huge, aren't they? How much they cost? That depends. Like these strawberries here, $3 for one little thing. Those are American eggs, yeah, from America. Let's see if we can find some noodles, man. I haven't seen the noodle woman. They used to sell noodles over here. Well, here's the entrails. Man Ki Shing pork shop. So all of what you're about to see is pork. This is a long trip for eggs. Entrails. We get it at a Western grocery. Entrails. Jesus, that fish head is still moving. Ugh. I'm serious, it's still frickin' moving. Ugh. Fish heads. Roly-poly fish heads. No, they don't refrigerate the eggs. It's a really scary thing. Eat them up. Yum. Yeah, sometimes they flay the fish alive to show you that it's really fresh. So, like, look, those fish are still dying. Look, these shrimp are still moving, yeah? Yeah, look, we got the really fresh shrimp. They're still dying right in front of your eyes. So people really like to know that their fish. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that looks yummy. Bird flu. I live here, yeah? It's my home. I ain't buying any bird flu pigeons. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, bro? That's Gene, guys. Gene.
Hey, everybody.
Gene is a big entrepreneur here in Hong Kong. What are you doing, man?
I'm just walking back to my wife's office.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gene's wife is a famous fashion designer here in Hong Kong. Designs clothes for all the celebrities. S9 studio. S9
by Susanna Su.
Yeah, S9. So the letter S and then spell out 9. S9.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just showing them all the dying
Cool.
animals.
This is a great street.
It is. I gotta get some noodles though. I think they used to sell noodles here, but
Not.
it was there.
They sell raw noodles.
Yeah. But he's closed right now. Oh, what's up with it?
You know, this store is actually quite interesting.
What, Fed a Boat? Yeah.
I just heard that they look like a grocery store, but
Yeah.
at their Happy Valley branch, they
Yeah.
actually sell burgers inside, and it's good ones, apparently.
They sell burgers here?
Not this particular one,
Oh,
but their
okay.
branch, and it looks also like a grocery store, but the one in Happy Valley. And it sells burgers.
I just had wonton mian, but I could go for a burger. Cool. All right, dude.
That's cool. All right, man.
See you later.
See you.
Bye. So that's my buddy Gene. His wife is Susanna Su, and she designs like elegant red carpet dresses for Hong Kong celebrities. So if you go to her website, it's called S9, the letter S, and then spell out 9, S9. And you can see all of these, like, so like when Jean invites me to a party, it's like, dude, we've got a new collection coming out. I'm like, I'm there tomorrow. Because like all the fashion models, all the others are out. And like his parties are just like filled with fashion models. It's like, this is really rough, Jean. So yeah, check out S9. Ah, the noodle shops are closed. Bummer. This guy's got some noodles. So these are rice sticks. These are rice noodles, yeah. These are the wonton noodles. These are instant though. I don't want instant. I want like they don't have like ifu noodles. These are like Thai. It doesn't have like the raw noodles. Yeah, Gene's had enough models. Actually, his wife could be a model. She designs clothes basically for herself. And so that's why they fit all the fashion models and all the celebrities. Yeah, so that's S9. There's a 50-cent Hong Kong, which is about 6 cents American for a plastic bag. And the money actually goes to the store. It doesn't go, it's not like a tax. It doesn't go to the government. So let's walk over. Okay, so these guys are all stopping. Now we can cross the street. It's designed to make people stop requesting bags as much. But we actually do request. We actually discovered that requesting a shopping bag from the grocery store at 50 cents is cheaper than buying like the Glad grocery bags for our trash can. So it actually is cheaper for us to get the bags and then use them as trash bags than it is to just buy dedicated trash bags. So my kids walk past here and just scream obscenities. Boobies! Boobies, boobies, boobies. Paper bags are free. So this is a street restaurant. You can just eat here in the street, Dai Pai Dong. This is Khao Ki Noodles. This is the #1 beef brisket noodle restaurant in Hong Kong. And it isn't going to open for another 40 frickin' minutes. And they've already got a line. They're cutting the meat. Oh God, you want to see them cut? This is the meat. These are the noodles I was trying to get, yeah. So they're cutting the beef out here. They've just got several trash bag deliveries of beef. And there are my favorite noodles in Hong Kong. Those are Ifu noodles, EFU noodles. They are freaking awesome. Ifu noodles are my favorite. Those are, I don't know what that Artur thing is. That's the meat. The meat's arrived and then that dude's cutting it. This kind of like turns me off, but I still want to eat here because these noodles are just awesome. Man, these noodles making me bummed I can't find these noodles for sale. All the noodle shops are closed. It's Monday, so a lot of people are like not in business on Monday. They take Monday off. Is that Michelin rated? Yeah, I don't know if it's. It probably is, but it's. Let's put it this way: it opens at 12:30. It closes at like 9:30 or 10:30. There will be a line out the door the entire time. I have never, ever in 7 years. One time during a typhoon. One time during a typhoon, I was able to walk in, no line. But there's a line at this noodle joint every hour of every day. Because it's known for beef brisket noodle. I don't even like beef brisket. I just like the soft beef tendon noodle. But the beef brisket fans, they like argue, oh God, it's so good. Hey, some street art. McDonald's is everywhere. There's 220 McDonald's, including the world's first McDonald's Next, a gourmet custom McDonald's that we have and you don't. Only we can have such coolness. If you go to my YouTube channel, Penguin6, you can see the McDonald's Next. It's a pretty awesome place. It's a gourmet. They have waitresses that bring your burgers to you. Hey, over under, welcome to Hong Kong again. Now this guy, this place here is a big supporter of street art. And they've had some of the biggest street artists in the world come and do decorations. So there is MChat, and this is Invader. And then this wall changes every 3 months. They have another guy. This guy's pretty famous who puts these faces up. I saw these all over Paris. I don't know the name of this artist, but I recognize this. Yeah, you've seen those pictures. He's another. This is part of the HK Walls exhibit. HK Walls. Not Banksy. Shepherd Ferry. Oh. They make walls in the city available to street artists from all over the world. And they have they're having a new invasion soon. Like next month, HK Walls will be unveiling a whole bunch of new street art. That's Obey's real name? Oh, okay. My kids love this Invader. This is also made by Invader from France. But this one, I gotta make one of these. I gotta go buy LEDs and make one of these. I could do it. Spiral snake. Cool. It's actually signed Invader. We've done invaders. In fact, you've seen a video where we made a Charlie Brown invader in our house using bathroom tiles. And that hangs in my house. I should put that on my wall. So we're on Hollywood Road in Hong Kong. Most affluent area is the Peak. Also some parts of the mid-levels, Jardines Valley, Stanley, Tai Tam, Clearwater Bay. Many neighborhoods in the city that are very expensive. The average rent in my neighborhood is about $12,000 US a month. But my son's best friend, their family spends about $31,000 US. Dude, boss lady, I'm sorry, we just had noodles. They were so good. Now we're just wandering the streets aimlessly, getting ready to go back home and test out. We're going to do an unboxing video of my new microphone for my camera. Let's look at this guy. He's signing up for a real estate website. It's pretty funny. You can come out here with like a camera crew and take a whole bunch of pictures, and people will think you're like famous. So up here, oh, it's not this street, it's the other street. Oh crap, do I want to walk up this street? I got the Rode Video Pro. It snaps onto a DSLR. Let's go over this way. I can help these French guys. They look lost. It is uphill. This is cool. This is a place, I like the name of this store. I'm going to go show you this. So you guys can actually translate the Chinese here. I have the 70D. It should work with that. Can you translate that? Holy Fook. Holy Fook. And then they've got, this has got all these kitty cats lined up. Pretty cool. Yakitori bar. Holy Fook. People actually here are pretty intense. But right now it's before lunch hour. So all the people who look constipated are still in the offices. There's a good dim sum place right up here. I already had lunch though. Lots of good luck cats, yeah? So these are old women basically having rummage sales. What else she's selling? Used bathroom. Anything to raise some money. I feel bad for these ladies. I actually proposed to the government that they make a app to report illegal parking and then give it to all these ladies, let them walk around the street, take pictures of the illegal cars, get tickets, and then they get a cut of any ticket. He's in a hurry. Candy. Mentos chews. Pukio. Fruit tips. Dude, there are 7-Elevens literally across the street from each other. Haichu. No Warheads. They don't really have so there's Tic Tacs. Those are American. Extra. They usually have Skittles. Mentos is American, right? No, they got their condoms. Tissue. It's like American graffiti. Yeah, I need a comb, I need a pack of tissues, I need some Jack Daniels and no Starburst. So here's the weird thing. If my kid was to walk into this bar, my kid is 10 years old, yeah? They wouldn't serve him because the drinking age in the bar is 18. But if my kid walks into the 7-Eleven, guess what? No drinking age. So my kid could buy beer. My kid could buy liquor. Any retail establishment. There is no drinking age for the retail purchase of alcohol. Only the bars have an 18-year-old. They do sell liquor in stores. So everyone in my son's high school calls it Club 7-Eleven. Hey guys, let's go to Club 7-Eleven. And then they get loaded. For real, there is no drinking age to buy retail alcohol. The drinking age only applies to bars who serve alcohol. So this is Soho. These are mostly Western restaurants. There's another 7-Eleven right up here. Ooh, that Comedy Central guy. I haven't been back to the U.S. in about 2 years. 18 months. I'm going to go back this summer, I think. Just haven't sorted out when. Hey, they got Ruffles. Ruffles. This one doesn't have Slurpees, though. Hershey's. So this is the escalator. The politician who had lots of friends working at 7-Eleven. Party business. So have you noticed something about all these signs here? There's not a single one of these signs in Chinese. I don't teach in Hong Kong, I'm a dad. This is because this neighborhood is predominantly foreigners. Hey, they got an Uber sign. It's whatever time it is in New York City plus a PM or AM. So it's 11:51 here. It means it's 11:51 PM in New York. We're 12 hours off now that you guys have switched time zones. Makes it easy to remember for the East Coast. Hello! So it looks like they're going to put up a new bamboo scaffold. Oh. What the heck? They've used bamboo scaffoldings for most things. They're tied with basically zip ties. A little bit scary, but they hold up. Yeah, I used to like daylight savings when I was a kid, but when I got older, I didn't really like it as much. Oh, here's a fashion shoot. So this is a common scene in Hong Kong, especially in this neighborhood. A lot of fashion shoots go on. So this girl has got a camera crew with her. A little reflect. Is that a girl or a guy? Wow, that's a toss-up. That's a real toss-up. Oh, there's a BK here. They just opened. I really think that's a guy. It was. So this is the Korean place Jonathan J.K. took me. It was pretty good. I would go back there every now and then. Not today, though. The Whopper, they sell beer. Yeah, so you can get a Whopper and a brew. We weren't scared, but maybe Scottish. So we got a Marks and Spencer. Marks and Sparks has got a food. This is actually a really popular grocery. Hey, we can photobomb these people. My kids don't really know anything but here. I was going to photobomb them. I should have photobombed them. Yeah, it's kind of cool because the stores go up several floors here. They don't just stop at the ground level. Every floor is retail. Sometimes you have to look up when you walk around. We do have a Hooters. It's actually right up here. It's called Raisins. Just joking, if you ever saw that South Park. Hooters just opened a few months ago. I haven't been. So I'm Penguin 6. You're here with me in Hong Kong as we just wander about aimlessly before we go home and start work on our video blog for the day. We're going to do an unboxing video of a new microphone. Yeah, because that's about how exciting our day is. Lunch was Noodles. We already had Noodles. Why, you think I should have a second lunch? Who thinks I should have a second lunch? I don't really know what to eat. No, they're not open 24 hours. I had breakfast though. Maybe get some French fries. I got the Rode R-O-D-E Video Pro mic for the DSLRs. It's the one that sort of snaps on top of my Canon camera. Sesame chicken. Not that common here. Oh my gosh, voice from the past. John Ho is here. I'm not using it right now. I'm going to open it. I'm going to do an opening later. John Ho is a scoper from Hong Kong and Thailand. He can't make up his mind. He loves both places so much. Oh, we're going to get hit. So if you guys follow John Ho, you get views from different parts of Asia. Yeah, he's just... My YouTube is Penguin6, Penguinsix on YouTube. I make video blogs over there. I've done one every day last week. I got to do another one this week. Oh, John Ho, this is his favorite restaurant in the entire all of Hong Kong. Ooh. No stabilizer. I'm just a really stable guy. I can't. I gotta go away. I gotta leave. I just can't do it, guys. I can't do that lunch. Woo! That is really good pizza. Hardwell, I know him. I'm on Hollywood Road. There's no Papa John's here. There's Papa John's in Shenzhen. John Ho got lost trying to find it. I had to guide him into it when we were there. My 360 is at home. I did bring it out today because I didn't think I was going to be out that long. I'm actually going to be going home here in a bit. I'm on Hollywood Road in central Hong Kong. Hey, Mexico. Pancakes would be good. There is a flying pan up around the corner here, but that's probably too much to eat. 2 voicemails. Yeah, John's not a fan of the 360. Let's go down here. Go down. I don't need anything down there. No, there's lots of beautiful women here. There's too many women here. That's the problem. Yeah, walking can be a little troublesome. Oh, what the heck? Calimex. No, that's not Cali. That's not it. Yeah, if I go down, I gotta get my taxi is longer. That's all I'm thinking. I have to pay more money for my... Actually, whoa, good idea. So I gotta go to an ATM. They have a subway, but it only goes basically east-west. I need to go up to the south, up to the mountain. So I just realized I have no cash on me. So if I was to take a taxi, I'd be screwed. So we've got to go find an ATM machine. Good thing I didn't hail a cab. That would have been embarrassing. Cali Burger is closed. So here comes Hooters, guys. Hooters is 2 stores on my left. HSBC, but Hang Seng Bank is same ATM system. So this is Hooters. There are absolutely no women anywhere in Hooters. Pretty empty. This is a Dutch place right here. Being filtered. Interesting. Maybe just my Smart Tone account. There are blonde. There are actually quite a few blondes here. They're Eastern European fashion models / looking for rich bankers. So there are a lot of like 6'2", eyes of blue, blonde hair, size 0, Russian and Latvian and Ukrainian girls working in the fashion industry here in Hong Kong. Yeah, a lot. Basically, you gotta understand, there are a lot of bankers here in Hong Kong. There are a lot of people in Hong Kong for whom, well, at least in the expat community, for whom $250,000 US a year is your base salary, all right? So, and you know, imagine being 28 years old, single, pulling in $250,000 plus bonuses a year. I mean, just like mental. I'm going to an ATM machine. Yeah. The problem for women is that the competition is just insane. There's just too many women here. The rent is pricey. Well, if you're a single guy, you just get a small place for a couple thousand US. I don't know what my wife makes, because we get a lot of our money, you know, our income is complicated. We never file taxes on time. We always have to get extensions because it's so complicated. Because we have all sorts of different sources of income, and some is not considered income in the U.S., some is, it's just a pain in the ass. Yeah, there are lots of blondes. So the other day I was walking down here and all of a sudden it started raining lemons. I mean, lemons just came rolling down the street. And it's because the guy who was pushing a cart full of lemons fell over. I just had lunch. We're heading down to pick up some money. So if any of you are involved in like commercial real estate, let me just use this as an example. Always get the signage rights for your store. So if you work for 7-Eleven, be sure to get the signage rights above the stores. Otherwise, this might happen. Penguin 6, but my friends call me Shirley. No, Andrew works. There's another invader. The lemon guy just fell. That's another from the street artist, Invader. Bubble Bobble, yep. That was a hard one for me to find. My kids and I knew it was in Hong Kong, but we didn't know where it was. And one day they just wandered up and they're like, Dad, there it is. So there's an invader called Flash Invaders. It's an iPhone app, and you walk around the world taking pictures of all the invader art you can find. There's another one right here. Okay, we're about a block away from my bank. Blue Isuzu. No. Hey, Iowa. In Russia, pre-vet Russia. Lots of Russians come to Hong Kong to shop. Especially from, like, Siberia, the western parts of Vladivostok or whatever. Yeah, it was a big truck, wasn't it? There are a lot of Russian models here. Some Russian gangsters. I think it's like when the U.S. economic sanctions took place against Russia, a lot of Russians converted their rubles into Hong Kong dollars because they didn't know if they'd have access to U.S. dollar accounts. But if they had Hong Kong dollars, which is a pegged fixed exchange rate with the U.S. dollar, it was basically the same thing. So there was a massive buying of Hong Kong dollars when the economic sanctions took place against Russia, as Russians were trying to squirrel their money away in Hong Kong in a dollar-denominated currency, basically. Whoa, whoa, that was close. Bummer. We just about saw a van get taken out by a taxi, or vice versa. And here goes the light. Let's cross into the crowd. We try to cross the street. Shiny. I am in central Hong Kong at the intersection of Queens Road Central and Pedder, P-E-D-D-E-R, Pedder Street. And we are going to, this is my bank, and we're going to get some money. I don't know how the line is on. It's a bit of a line out here too. Oh, there's a machine here. It's such a toss-up. This way here, I guess. It's not that bad. It's kind of fun, actually. Don't want that one. It has a limit. I can only take out about 20,000 US a day. Reminds me I have to pay a bill today. Oh, that's what I have to do today. Soccer. I have to do soccer. That's what I'm going to go home and do. I knew there was something I had to do today. It is in English. Basically, keep it simple. So we took out about 2,400 Hong Kong. That's about 300, 400 US. Because everything is cash here, I'll go through this in less than a week. Groceries, taxis, other crap. Ah, what a mess over here today. I gotta cross through this. This cabbie is regretting running the light, I think. Surprised no one's like punched his car. Whoa. See that mom? Okay, moms who wear leather mini skirts. They get my attention. Sorry. No, we don't use debit cards or credit cards that much. No, I don't speak Chinese. Everybody here speaks English. So I'll just get by speaking English. Some services paid for informally, like, you know, in cash, yeah, or you mean like with like barter or something like that. So guys, I think it's time for a taxi. I got work to do. Yeah, a lot of stuff's paid for like cash. So we'll go up here to the taxi line next to Louis Vuitton, and we're going to take a taxi home. If you haven't followed me here, be sure to follow me on YouTube, Penguin6 on YouTube, as I do a lot of video blogs there, much higher quality video. Taxis are fine. They're fun. I'm not going to wait. Let's get the next guy. Oh, this is an old cab. Oh, Muido, Sapiato Muido. Yeah. Old Peak, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd have to wait 5 minutes for a taxi. I mean, for an Uber. Why would I want to Uber? It's going to cost twice as much. Yeah, we're trapped. What this dork is doing. Here we go. So, because it's really hot today. It's really humid. It's like 100% humidity. It'll be about a 5 to 7 minute ride. It'll cost about $4 US. Can a regular person get a job here? Well, you can get a job, but you need a visa. And to get a visa, you need to be sort of, whatchamacallit, sort of have a special skill set, university education. So you can't get a job as a plumber. You're not going to get a visa to be a plumber or a taxi driver. You will get a visa to be an investment banker or a lawyer or a accountant or something like that. Yep. It's all here. No, this is Central Hong Kong. This is not Canton Road. Canton Road is cheaper. Yeah, Penguin SIX. Penguin 6 on YouTube. No TJ Maxx, no Walmart, no Costco either. Nah, it doesn't translate very well. No Kmart. This Kmart's falling apart in the US. So Sears, apparently. Sears and Kmart are in a death spiral, the death rattle. A bit. No Macy's. Muido means May Road. Do means road. Mui means May. Going home. We'll go faster after this light. It was pretty good today. I go out to eat lunch every day. No Nando's, but we do have a peri-peri chicken place. We don't really have big department stores. Hot topic. There is some halal places, I think. There are a few Muslims here and a few Jews who eat that. No, I'm coming home. I've already had noodles. Not a lot of gyros. There are kebabs, though. There's a couple Subways here. No Jimmy John's, no Blimpies. No Chipotle. No Wendy's, no Arby's. No Domino's, but we do have Pizza Hut. No Krispy Kremes. No Panda Express. No Tim Hortons, no Taco Bell, no White Castle. Privet Russia. The agenda the rest of the day is I'm going to open up my new microphone, and I use Final Cut Pro. There are lots of good cinemas. There's no In-N-Out Burger, but there's a copy called Cali Burger, which is kind of a clone. No Shake Shack, but our McDonald's next looks like a Shake Shack. The gourmet McDonald's here is kind of like a Shake Shack. I was at the Euro 2016 in France last summer. I saw England lose to Iceland. I saw France beat Iceland, and I saw Poland beat Ukraine. And did I see another game? I saw a bunch of games while I was in Paris, in the fan zone. And we were in Amsterdam. Shake Shack is a New York burger place. No Radio Shack, but I guess that's the same in the U.S. right now too. They seem to be going away. I'm thinking my son wants to go to soccer camp. No Chick-fil-A. I wish we had that. He wants to go to soccer camp this summer. We're thinking of sending him to the new camp in Barcelona for his summer soccer, but I haven't quite sorted that out yet. It's as easy to get to Europe as it is to get to the United States, so it's no big deal where we go on our summers. I am a season ticket holder to Arsenal. I have 3 season ticket holders to Arsenal. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, Radio Shack is going out of business, it seems. I'm from Poland, okay. I saw Poland, Ukraine. My son likes Lewandowski. How do you do Arsenal games when I'm in Hong Kong? Usually on the television. I don't go back. I'm not an English teacher. Usually somebody else uses my tickets. But I just pay for them every year. Ugh. Teslas are very common. There are about 5,000 Teslas. There's a bunch of Model X's just appeared too. Everybody seems to have gotten a Model X. I don't like Best Buy. Yeah, we are left-hand drive. British style, but most of China is right-hand drive, like it is in the U.S. It is a long way. It's only $3 right now. There are not a lot of police cars. Most of the police are on foot, and they don't actually have cars. They have paddy wagons, basically, that take the police officers around and drop them off. So it's common to see like a police bus, basically, with like 8 or 9 officers in it, and then they deposit them all over the city. There's a very heavy police presence. The police are not far away. There are many, many plainclothes officers. Police do not ride bicycles. Most of Hong Kong is very, very hilly, and as such, it just would be a killer to have to ride up these hills. No Segways. It's cheaper just to buy 2 or 3 officers than it is to buy 1 Segway. When there's an emergency, you'd be amazed at how many plainclothes guys just suddenly appear. You're like, oh, I didn't know you guys were all cops. Oh yeah, just Lido. That's fine. Yeah. Just make it 30. No. That's fine. Oh, that's good. Just 30 is fine. Just the paper. That's fine. Thank you. Don't care about $2.25. So yeah, I tipped him 25 cents. Anyway, guys, that was that. I don't have to tip. That was about $4 US. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back a little longer. I'll be making my YouTube video this afternoon, so subscribe to my YouTube channel, Penguin6 on YouTube. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.